Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be me reacting to your period horror stories part 2 because I have actually done this video before and you guys really seem to like it. You guys really wanted me to do a part 2. I got a lot of requests for a part 2, so here I am sitting down to do a part 2. About a couple weeks ago I put on my community tab, hey guys, I know a lot of you enjoyed my reacting to your period horror stories video, and so I'm going to do a part 2 soon. Let me know any other crazy, embarrassing, insane, and or funny period horror stories that you have and I will react to them. I'm honestly really excited. I really love reacting to your period horror stories and like sympathizing with you and all that. So I'm gonna read those in this video, all your new ones that you have given me for this video. I'm reading off my computer right now. I'm not just like looking down at my desk and like... So yeah, before we get into this video, please like this video, and if you weren't one of the people who left a period horror story for this video, then comment down below your period horror story, any period horror story that you have. I honestly just love reading them. And also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I do so many other period videos, so if you're interested in period content, then my channel is definitely the one for you. And yeah, I don't want to talk anymore. I want to react to your guys' period horror stories for the second time, so let's get into the video. Okay, so you guys left a ton of period horror stories, so I'm probably not going to be able to get to all of them. And if I can't, I am so sorry, but I'm just going to be reading them off of the order that they are listed on my community tab. Alright, so first one. My first ever period. I came home from softball practice and then went to dinner with my mom. I felt a little weird down there. So I went to the bathroom and I thought I was in the bathroom alone. So when I saw it, I gasped and I was saying stuff like, I got my period, OMG, no way. And then I noticed someone was in the stall next to me. Honestly, like... But that is so embarrassing. Like, imagine being the person that was in the stall next to you and then you just like hear someone in the stall next to you going Alright, next one. So I was in class while on my period and I asked if I could go to the bathroom. The teacher said no, so I said it's an emergency, but he still said no. So then I stood up and walked to his desk and said, look sir, I'm currently bleeding out in my downstairs area and I need to go to the bathroom right now, but if you want to keep me here and bleed on all of your furniture, I would be delighted to fulfill your dream. And then he let me go to the bathroom. If that is actually real, go you for having that confidence. Next one. I was hanging out with my friend group that consists of almost all boys, and we were all playing basketball and then I felt it. So I went to the bathroom and of course I got my period. We were home alone and I did not have any supplies. I could not use toilet paper because my period is so heavy. So I had to ask my guy friend where his mom kept her supplies. Oh my god. He was really cool with it and he said that he really did not know where his mom kept all her stuff, so we all, my entire friend group, went into his house and looked for straight 30 minutes. In the end, the guys all thought it was funny and now it's our inside joke. This is one of my favorite stories so far because it's like so nice that like a group of guys really helped you like look around the house for the supplies that you needed. That's like really sweet, honestly, and I'm glad that turned into an inside joke. I really love this story. My period wasn't really a horror story, but I thought I had diarrhea or something because the blood was brown. Honestly, me sometimes. I didn't tell anyone, so I went to school, everything was fine, and then I told my mom, she gave me medicine and everything, and then she saw my underwear and she just knew, and then she told me and I cried, not sure why I cried. Oh my god, thank you so much for sharing. That's like really kind of funny. Like, I love the first part that like you thought it was diarrhea. It was the second to last day of school last year and we were having an ice cream social. I was wearing these adorable white jean shorts. I know where this is going. Earlier I had a stomach ache, which I now realize was cramps. That's exactly what happened to me on my first period. I got my ice cream and then went to go play soccer with my friends. A boy pushed me over and that's when I realized I was leaking. I thought I was leaking before, but I don't know. Anyway, he thought he hurt me, so he ran away, lol. My friends thought I had cut myself or something. I realized eventually that it was my period, but I pretended that I had a cut on my thigh. Honestly, very smart. I didn't do anything. Bad choice. And later that day I started leaking again. Well, why didn't you put a pad on? My best friend realized and gave me her white sweatshirt, which I ruined. Once I got home, my mom called a bakery and got me some red velvet cupcakes. Oh my god, that is really, really cute because my mom made me a red velvet cake when I got my first period. That is so cute that she called a bakery and got you red velvet cupcakes. Oh my god. Rest in peace, my best friend's white jacket and my jean shorts. They couldn't be saved. Okay, everyone, let's take a moment to grieve the loss of this person's best friend's white jacket and their jean shorts. This summer 2021, I was at sleepaway camp for a week with my sister and my friend. We had a lot of fun until the second to last day when Mother Nature called. I woke up really weirdly that day. Apparently there was a tornado warning and a bunch of cabin mates that weren't in my cabin were surrounding my bunk. I had a feeling that something wasn't right. I asked my counselor if I could use the restroom, but she said to stay put because of the warning. By the way, this was at 2 a.m. I guess I fell back asleep after that because it was bright when I woke up. I then got up and rushed to the bathroom because something still felt off. Right when I looked down, I was in shock. I didn't think I would get my period because I had already gotten it that month. And I didn't bring any pads. I'm really sorry for you. I felt so stupid. I ended up telling the camp counselor after swimming, which was a bad idea because it was like the waterworks down there. She told me if it was that bad and I told her no. I stuck so much toilet paper down there that day. I slept quite well that night somehow. Then pickup day came around. I was so excited. That morning though was a train wreck because I had totally bled through my black underwear. I was so embarrassed. I told the counselor one more time and she handed me a bag with a weird cotton type thing that I had to stick in my pants. It was so bad. When I got picked up, I told my mom everything that had happened and she got me pads at CVS. That is honestly like my worst nightmare. Like I feel like I've had a nightmare about that before. Okay, so this person provided 2 period horror stories, so here we go. First time staying over at boyfriend's house and unexpectedly got my period. Oh no. I was embarrassed, I guess, to tell him and was rushing to the bathroom when he stopped me to tell me something. In the middle of the conversation, all hell broke loose, literally, and a huge blood clot fell on the floor of his bedroom. He was understanding and cleaned it up while I took a shower, but it was so embarrassing and there was so much blood on the floor. Honestly, like when I start dating, that is my worst nightmare, like my worst nightmare. Here's another one. I got my period wearing my friend's yellow shorts, and the way my mom taught me about my period was it was natural and nothing to be ashamed of. So I told this girl's mom and she made me feel so freaking terrible about it. She said, well, what am I gonna do? I just have to toss these out. I was 12. I had only gotten it 3 other times where I bled on my clothes all 3 times, and my beautiful, wonderful mother handled it in such a caring, calm way that I had no idea why this lady was acting like such a horrible person. Well, props to your mom and to that woman. I hadn't even gotten the shorts off yet. I remember just staring there with my legs open while she tore me apart over it. When I told my mom, she was so upset, like heartbroken. That's honestly horrible and I'm really sorry that that happened to you. Like honestly, your mom is doing the right thing. Like when you stain on something, especially when you're young, like you're so new to it and it's kind of just embarrassing for you even though it shouldn't be embarrassing, and like that lady really handled it badly if she made you feel that bad, so I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so this story was only a couple days ago. So for some context, I had seen all these YouTubers and influencers post things about how it's good to not wear any underwear every once in a while, so I thought I would try it out. So I was going on with my life, not wearing underwear, obviously pants but no underwear, and then I kind of felt like I was getting cramps, so I went to the bathroom to make sure everything was okay. I started my period. The second I heard that you were going commando, I automatically knew that was gonna happen. If you weren't expecting your period, I can see how maybe if you were gonna try it out, that would be a great time to do it, but if your period was like due for then, what were you doing? My first period story, it's embarrassing. I went to pee and saw blood. It took me a couple minutes to figure out it was my period. I looked in my period cupboard, oh my god, I have one of those too, and skipped using a pad and used toilet paper. I told my sister who was 8 at the time. She said, tell mom, and I went and asked her, can I borrow your find a workbook? She said, why? And I said, because. She gave it to me and I ran to put a note in it that said I had started my period. She said, oh really? Come on. She taught me how to use a pad, and yeah. Oh my god, that's like really funny that you told her through like writing it down. And I love that you told your sister first. Like that's really cute, honestly. So it was like my first period and we went to a restaurant. After some time I decided to go to the bathroom so I could check my pad. When I looked down, my pad was literally soaked in blood as well as my underwear. I rushed to our table, but when I wanted to sit on it, blood spots were on it. I was literally so embarrassed and I never told my parents about it. How did you clean that up without anyone looking? Like that's my question. Oh my god, I am so sorry that that happened to you. I was once in class and I needed to change my pad. I didn't have any pockets, so I decided to put the pad in my shorts, which was the worst idea ever. Then the pad slipped out of my shorts and landed on the floor in front of a boy. That was literally so embarrassing and he had the audacity to laugh. I mean, honestly, he shouldn't have laughed, but like that is really funny. Like it was embarrassing and I'm really sorry that happened to you. This was an experience to say the least. It was still the first month of school and my period was insanely heavy. It was not fun at all. I had some cramps and a minor headache. I went to school and went through the whole day. It was the last hour, which I was so thankful because it was time to go home. I sat down in my chair and get up for a second. I look and there's blood on the chair. I stopped to think for a second, panicked the whole time. I wiped it with my sweatshirt because what was I supposed to do? And I rushed to the bathroom. It was really frustrating because I was late to class because of this. That's like another nightmare situation in my opinion. So basically I was at school and I was on my second ever period and I went to the bathroom to change my pad. Everything was fine. I finished and I flushed the toilet. Except the toilet wouldn't flush. Oh god. My BFF came in and she waited for 15 minutes while I tried to get it to flush. It wasn't working and we needed to get to class, so I locked the stall door and left. Later I went back in and someone had unlocked the door. Then later my BFF went in and someone had pooped over my blood in the toilet. I was so embarrassed, but it was also kind of funny. Luckily it got clean, but the toilet is still clogged. Honestly, you should become friends with whoever pooped on your blood. That's really funny. So one time in class, like a month ago, I was having bad cramps for my period, of course during the test that shows what you know. I asked my teacher, who is a boy, to go to the bathroom. Thank goodness he's a kind teacher. Anyways, so I head to my locker to grab a pad and then head to the bathroom. Of course the pad's in my shirt. The one time someone in my class walks past me, the pad drops out of my shirt. When I grabbed the pad, he just stared at me, but luckily didn't tell anyone. That's good, but like honestly the bare minimum. Another story. So last year near the end of the year, I was in art, I think, and I was on my period. I looked down because it felt like I leaked, so I looked down and just saw my pants destroyed and I leaked through my pad. I looked up and my friend was like, what's wrong? Of course I didn't tell him, but when I asked to go to the nurse, he saw my blood on my pants, so he knows what happened. Oh my god. Honestly, I feel so lucky to have gotten my period during the pandemic because I've never been to school on my period, so I don't like have any embarrassing period horror stories at school, and I feel so bad for anyone who does, so I'm so sorry that that happened to you. I got my first one at summer camp on the day we were supposed to go tubing. Sorry, that will always annoy me. Obviously, I didn't want to try a tampon the first time, so I couldn't go. I used toilet paper the entire time, but thankfully it was only 3 days long. Still, it was the worst. Yeah, honestly, like I've never been to summer camp, like away camp, so honestly, if I got my period during that time, that would be like really stressful for me. So anyone who got their first period during camp, I'm so sorry about that. My period came for one day and then it didn't come the next, so I thought it finished, but then the day after I went to the toilet to blood dripping down my legs. That has happened to me before. I feel like it's happened to everyone before. Honestly, always wear a pad, even when you think your period is over. I had started my period before I went to bed and decided I should put a piece of toilet roll in my underwear for bed because I thought it wasn't going to be really heavy overnight.
Bad idea.
I was at my dad's, so I was already pretty embarrassed and didn't want him to hear me open my pad in the bathroom because they're so loud. In the morning, I realized I had leaked all the way through my pants onto my bed and there was a red stain on the mattress protector. It's still there to this day, and this was around 3 years ago. That's like honestly crazy that it went onto the mattress protector. It's so funny that like no one knows about it. Oh my god. My first period wasn't really a horror story, but it sure did scare me. So I'd woken up still sick after having a cold for a week, and I went to mom like, please can I stay home? I feel even worse. And she was like, okay sure, but you'll have to go back soon. Go get ready because we're going into town to get food. So I went and grabbed my clothes from my room and went into the bathroom, and when I went to the toilet, looked down and started thinking,
did I crap myself? What the hell is this? Am I dying?
So I got changed and the thought popped into my head, oh my god, I got my period. So I messaged my friend asking her if I'd started my period, and she was like, yep. So I told my mom and that was it. Honestly, that's like really funny. I feel like everyone thinks originally that it's like poop and not like your period. That's like really funny. Thank you for sharing. And this is the last period horror story that I'm going to read. Okay, so it was the last day of summer break 2021. I was going into 6th grade, yet I wanted to do something fun. Earlier that day I got brown discharge and I made a joke to myself, imagine getting my period on the first day of school. My dad and I went to the zoo and I kept getting this brown discharge, but I ignored it. My mom was working a night shift that night and I have no sisters, so I started to get ready for bed because I wanted to go to bed earlier so I was well rested. My dad was in the shower and I went to the bathroom. We only have one bathroom. I wipe and I instantly start shaking. I had started my period. The fact that you were in there when your dad was in the shower and that's when you got your period. I pull up my pants and acted as if nothing happened. I text my mom literally shaking and she said to use her pad, which was huge. So I let my dad get out of the shower and go into the bathroom and unwrap my pad, and my dad says, are you okay? And I say, yeah, I got my period, in the shakiest voice. He says, oh okay. He texts my mom and makes me call her, and me being my weird self texted my friends. I went to bed and woke up in the morning, and since I didn't have supplies like a bag, I had to take the pad out of my backpack in front of the whole class. The worst part, my first period lasted 6 days and I got a yeast infection. That is literally like the worst and most like awful period horror story I've ever heard. Like it's honestly like really funny, like the chaos between like your dad and your mom, and then you had to go and take the pad out of your backpack in front of like the whole class, and it lasted almost like a week, your first period, and then you got an infection. I am really sorry that that happened to you. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching it. I really hope that this video entertained you. I honestly had a lot of fun reading your guys' period horror stories. Like this was really fun for me. You guys have been through a lot. Like I am so sorry to all of you out there. I've only really had my period at home because of the pandemic, so like I haven't had that many embarrassing period horror stories, but I have so much sympathy for like all of you out there who have had period horror stories. So thank you so much for like having the confidence to share them so that I can make this video. And yeah, thank you to everyone who left period horror stories, because without you this video would not be possible. Let me know down below if you want me to do a part 3, because like honestly I love reacting to your period horror stories. So yeah, let me know if you want me to do a part 3, because this was my part 2 of this series that I'm doing. I think I'm gonna be doing one every month. I posted the part 1 at the beginning of September, and this video will be going up end of October 2021. So I think this could be a really good video series to do every month if you guys really enjoy them. Before you leave, please like this video, and if you made it to the end of this video, comment down below periods suck, because honestly periods just suck in general and they're so inconvenient. Like they always come at the worst times, like especially your first period. They always come when like you least expect it. The overall concept of a period doesn't suck because like it's what's responsible for like life on this earth, but like the actual reality of periods, it like really does suck. And also please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more period related content and teen lifestyle videos. I will link some other period videos that I have done in the past down below for you guys to check out, and I will also put the link to the part 1 of this video series down below in the description box if you want to check that out as well. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I love you guys. Bye!